Joining us next is a minister that each of us should love. This minister is responsible for the farm workers. Do you know who this minister? Laborites. Let us join and welcome Honorable Pearnel Charles Jr.
Yeah, all right. Let me firstly acknowledge all of the ministers and the councillors and the MPs and the dignitaries that are on the stage. In particular, I want to acknowledge my friend and colleague, the Honorable Matthew Samuda, and all of the councillors here in Northeast St. Anne. This morning when I woke up, I had no voice because we have been on the road campaigning for a long time. But I could not miss coming back to St. Anne. And I want to firstly bring greetings from the great constituency of Southeast Clarendon. Now I won't be long, and if you see me pushing out right after, please understand. But I want to talk to you about an important conversation I had this week. And it made me realize a few things about this election. I don't have to tell you how important the election is. Children cannot vote. Only adults. And the reason why only adults can vote is because they expect us to use our brain and our experience to make good decisions for the country. They don't expect children to come and just mark X anywhere or to listen to any foolishness when anybody says. Adults are expected to use what they know from the past, what they know from the present to make the decisions for our future. But I realize that not everybody who is an adult is using their brain. And I had a conversation where somebody said to me, PMP, JLP, the whole I know the same thing. And I can tell you this, on behalf of the Jamaica Labour Party and all of our supporters, I want to give thanks to Peter Bunting for making sure that Jamaicans can be very clear of the difference between PNP and JLP. And I'm going to use only one thing to tell you the difference. If you prefer your children being placed in the lap of a man who you don't know, pushed and shoved in a vehicle that is not registered, sometimes in the trunk, sometimes in the front near the gear stick, driving at record speed, braking light, on sidewalk, going in unsafe direction, then that means that, like Peter Bunting, you know what you support. But if you prefer your children to be safe, if you prefer to have a government that is allocating money to protect your children in buses that will carry them safely with video taking care of them, that is just for them, then you know what you support. And the distinction between the JLP and the PNP is becoming clearer every day in this election. Today, MP Samuda, I was in a meeting in my own constituency. And I don't follow social media so much, so I didn't know what happened this week. But I heard a young lady tell me that she cannot believe that when the Prime Minister went up to shake the hand of a young PNP lady, the lady didn't want to shake his hand. And she wondered why the PNP lady never want to shake the Prime Minister's hand. But she said to me, you should know now. Because Uncle Alice, I don't know what she meant when she said Uncle Alice. Uncle Alice was found on camera I'm not saying that he's a crab vendor, you know. But I'm just saying, I'm telling you what the lady said to me. So she wondered if the lady believed that she would be shaking the same thing she used to shake. This is the distinction between JLP and PNP. Our Prime Minister is one we can be proud of. When I think about my Prime Minister, I am proud. I don't have to make up no excuse. I don't have to embarrass. I don't have to hide and talk. But I'm going to tell you this. When I speak to some of the people who are PNP, some who are independent, and they say to me, Minister, what you mean when you say choose Jamaica? I ask them some questions. Do you love Jamaica? Answer for the lady, no man. Do you love Jamaica? Do you agree that it is better for Jamaica when crime is down than when it is up? Do you agree that you should be happy if more Jamaicans are working than if less Jamaicans are working? Do you agree that you should feel good and happy within yourself and your soul if you love Jamaica and you hear that Jamaica can pay for more things for itself because we are paying less towards debt because debt cut in half? All right, we're reaching there. Do you agree that Jamaica, this place you say you love, is better off if more houses are being built than less houses being built? Are we reaching somewhere, man? A good school. Good school. One more question. Do you, as a Jamaican who loves Jamaica, consider that it would be better for you to choose someone who can give you more money towards roads, water, and light than less money? Well, if you said yes to all of those things, you are one of three things. You are either a laborite who has chosen Jamaica, an independent person who, even if you don't know, you are supporting the Jamaica Labour Party based on what you chose, or you are a comrade who really is a comrade. You know what a comrade is? A comrade is a comrade who really supports Jamaica, but shame to say so. And there's a lot of them around. They are ashamed because they don't want us to know that they're really supporting Andrew. And what I realize is that we have to ensure that we make the comrade them feel comfortable. A lot of PNP out there want to support Andrew Holness, but shame. I'm not joking, you know. A lot of independent people out there confused, but they don't realize that they are really laborite. And our mission, if we are going to accept it, must be to make sure laborites that we get every single vote. So when you meet them, you must allow them to tell you what you think. Tell us what you're thinking. And ask them the questions that I ask you. Inevitably, they will tell you that they love Jamaica. And if they love Jamaica, then they must do what? Choose Jamaica. I want to tell you one last thing. I feel like something is happening to our politics. I don't know if we're going back to the 80s or the 70s. But when I hear Daryl Vaz get up and tell us about the bus after bus after bus, and then I turn on the news and hear about people stoning the buses, it breaks my heart. I said it at the last platform when I spoke, and I'm going to say it again. This opposition that we're dealing with is not Norman Manley PNP. It's not Michael Manley PNP. Because Norman Manley and Michael Manley must be rolling in their grave to know that we have buses for poor people picnic to go safely to school, and you are stoning the buses and telling people so you're not supported. Well, let me tell you, this Labour Party is a serious, strategic Labour Party. And we are going to make sure that we do everything to protect Jamaica. We are not going to allow you to turn us back. And I'm going to tell you, not only do I notice that you're stoning buses, but you never supported when we put out the state of emergency that has now led to 75% reduction in crime in some parishes. You did not support when the government came out and said 1.5. You said it couldn't work. You said it would mash up the economy. And after it built up the economy, you come and tell us you want 2.0. Jamaicans are not fools. However, labor rights, you have to make sure that you don't sit down and believe that people are going to make good decisions for themselves. I want every single runner, every indoor, every outdoor, every captain, every supervisor, every cluster manager, every driver, every supporter of the Labour Party should make sure that you are reaching out to people. Tell them the truth. Because the mission of the opposition is to mislead and to confuse and to make sure that they can pull people into foolishness. We have to make sure that we protect our country. And I must tell you, the party leader has asked me to roll out the Solidarity Program. And this is a program that is going to allow for us to make it clear to Jamaica that the Jamaica Labour Party is the party that is moving Jamaica into a new version and era of governance, where we don't just talk about loving poor people, but we do what is necessary to take care of all Jamaicans. The Solidarity Program is a program that I want labor rights to get up and go out and make sure you find the people, all of those people who don't have a birth certificate, who couldn't come on and get registered. These are the programs for them. Never before have I heard of a government having the money to not just dash away, but to put in place the plans to show that we care about all Jamaicans, including those who don't have a birth certificate, no TRN, no NIS, none of those things. How can you give that up to bring in a government that tell you them don't want your picnic in a bus, them prefer the picnic in a taxi? I tell you, before I sit down, I tell you this. I consider this to be the most important election that Jamaica has ever had since 1962. Anyhow, the PMP under Uncle Alice, I know me say so, I the lady tell me so. Anyhow, the PMP is allowed to get back the handle. It's going to be difficult for us. And I'm going to tell you, because the Jamaica Labour Party has managed the country and put in place money for our future. $1 billion to help Jamaicans after a hurricane. $1 billion again to help poor Jamaicans who need help through solidarity. And much more to come in terms of the reformed and the improved part program. Because we have realized that whole heap of people get taken off apart who shouldn't get taken off apart. And whole heap of people still depend part who shouldn't depend part. So I'm telling you, we are developing a part program that Jamaicans can be proud of. This is what you are voting for. This is what you must go out and get the persons to understand in terms of when we say choose Jamaica. Let me close by saying this. St. Ann is the root of the Charles family. My father was born in Macedonia, Lime Tree Garden, right up there, sir. And so when I am in St. Ann, it is very difficult for me sometimes because whenever I see a beautiful woman, she might be my cousin. So I take very good care when I'm here. I'm careful. I'm careful, Minister Samuda. But St. Ann is a special place for the Charles. I want to thank you for all you have done for the Labour Party. Some of you might be too young to remember. This is the first constituency where the name Pearnel Charles was on a ballot for the general election. Do you know that? I wasn't born then. So this constituency is very important to me. So on behalf of my family, I want to thank you for taking in and taking care of one of the young, bright superstars in the Jamaica Labour Party, Matthew Samuda. But I want to ask you calmly, because I can't lose the little voice that I have. I want to ask you calmly. Taking care of him must mean that you ensure that all of the persons you know come out on election day and put that vote into the ballot box. All of the jump up, all of the noise will mean nothing if we don't get the vote into the ballot box. Am I correct? So take care of Matthew. He will win the next election for Northeast St. Ann. Of that I'm sure. Of that I'm sure. Take care of him as my people in Southeast Clarendon are taking care of me. And make sure that all Jamaicans who are listening to us right now understand the importance of getting up on election day, getting every single person out and taking care of Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party, and your own family. Choose Jamaica. One love.